Hello and welcome to the Manitowoc Ice Training Center. My name is Tanner. Today we're going to be going over how to remove the bin on our Neo Ice machine. So let's get started. What you're going to want is a 5/16 nut driver, or in my case I have a drill. We're going to take off these two screws right here on our front panel. Once these screws are off, you can see our front gate comes off, and this is also where you can get at your air filter. So if you need to clean that off, that's how you get at it there. Now our next step will be taking off these clamps here. Now in this case, they don't come off. There's two different kinds of clamps that are going to be there. In this case, there's one with one screw and it pivots to the right, pivots inward. There is another kind of clamp that has two screws there. All right, I'll put a little picture there so you can see what that looks like. But what you do is just take off the top screw and it pivots off there. The main thing is to move these so we can glide this bin off. We'll loosen it up just enough so it can pivot. Same thing on this side. Loosen it up just enough so it can pivot. All right. So now this bin is free. We want to make sure before we actually pull it off is to remove our water tubing right here. You'll have a clamp here more than likely. So you take the clamp off, you'll pull that down. You're going to remove that. And then also we're going to remove our cable from our touchpad that's connected to the board. Now I have the control box cover off just to make this quicker, but obviously you'll want to take that off. And at this point, it's ready to be pulled off. So all you got to do is grab it and pull it off. It'll slide right off. I like to put my hand underneath here and my other hand up on top to hold it and glide it off. We'll set it off to the side, making sure not to squish that little ribbon cable there. And now you have access to your compartment. Okay, so we have all our refrigeration here. If you need to work on that, if you need to clean out our condenser, we can do it there. All of our pumps, water, dump valves, our floats we can get at. If you need to get at anything in this area, it is best to take that bin off. It makes things much easier. All right, we have our bin off. We've done our work. Now let's put it back on. And it's a little simple, pretty much everything backwards, right? The trick with this is, again, there's a track that this wants to glide on. So if you set the very back of the bin on first, set it up straight, and then slide it back on. And you can double check to see if it's actually on the track, whether or not the plastic L is grabbing onto that metal bracket. Now it's kind of hard to see. I didn't get it on the first try, right? So how to fix that is you can pull it slightly forward, not too far forward, and you can feel it drop a little lower. Okay? And that means we're inside the brackets. We'll push it back. Give it a little squeeze. And then we'll put all of our screws back in and we'll make our connections as well. I'll start with the water. Get our bin drain back on. Get our control board connection, and then we'll get our actual brackets on here. You might have to kind of squish it in. There we go. So that's not really going anywhere, right? We can go ahead and get our front gate back on. All right, so you got your bin back on. You guys are all set to go. So I want to thank you for watching. If you have any questions or anything, put them in the comments below. If you have ideas for a video, please put them in the comments below. We make these videos for you guys. Consider subscribing, liking. We've got all kinds of Manitowoc Ice machine tech videos to help you guys in any kind of situation. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.